What up, YouTube? I am Dom Knight. This is Night Talks, and we are back with another burning question. Before we get into it, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content and hit that bell so you don't miss a thing. The goal is 400 subs by the end of February, a big goal of some size, but my eyes are on the prize and I cannot do it without your help. I appreciate you. Okay, today's question. First things first, I just want to preface this video that this is a touchy subject, all right? This video isn't meant to offend anyone, all right? This has been a touchy subject for a while in this space, all right? And it's a big subject in this space, all right? I want this video to be informative. I want this video to be educational. I just want this video to help people make sound decisions and to think about some of the things they want to do before they make some of these decisions. All right, so let's have some fun with this. All right. I mean, of course, I'm gonna have some of my opinions in here, but I'm really trying to stick to people and their experiences with this. All right, not my personal beliefs, but I will throw some of my own thoughts in here. All right. So the question of the day is: should you date single mothers? I know this subject, it rattles up some ladies. It rattles up some ladies, even some men too. It gets them going. And I think that a lot of times people just don't understand each other when they're talking about this subject, okay? So I wanted to break this down, put a little bit of a neutral stance in here so we can have an honest and open conversation, all right? So today, this is going to be a more traditional style burning question. We got some education in here. We got some things we got to learn and talk about. All right, so let's jump right into the education. All right, guys, so I pulled out some data for you, some stats, so we can talk about this. All right, almost a quarter of U.S. children under the age of 18 live with one parent and no other adults, 23%. More than 3 times the share of children around the world who do so at 7%. According to the 2020 U.S. Census Bureau, 4 of about 11 million single-parent families with children under the age of 18, 80% of them were headed by the mother. About 4 out of 10 children were born to unwed mothers. Nearly 2/3 were born to mothers under the age of 30. Today, 1 in 6 children under the age of 18, a total of about 12.5 million, are being raised without a father. Around half, 49.5% of single mothers have never married. Almost a third, 29.9%, are divorced. 20.5% are either separated or widowed. Half have 1 child, 30% have 2, about 2/3 are white and 1/3 black. Single mothers are much more likely to be poor than married couples. The poverty rate for single mother families in 2019 was 31%, nearly 5 times more than the rate for married couples at 5%. Among children living with mothers, only 33.6% lived in poverty. In contrast, only 7.9% of children in 2-parent families were counted as poor. Families headed by women of color fared even worse. Nearly 2 in 5, 35% of black female-headed families lived in poverty. 34% for Hispanic, 20% for white, 26% for white, and 22% for Asian. Among all other ethnic groups, Native American female-headed families with children had the highest poverty rate. More than 2 in 5, 43% lived in poverty. Almost 1/3, 28.7% of single mother families were food insecure. About 1/9, 11.7, used food pantries. 1/3 spent more than half their income on housing, which is generally considered the threshold for severe housing cost burden. Among children with single mothers, 38% get food stamps and 62% don't. Roughly 2/3 receive free or reduced price meals. Only 8.5% of children in single mother families received TANF, and that is Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, if you guys didn't know what that was. All right, thought I'd give you some stats to show you how tough it can be raising a kid on your own, especially as a woman. All right. I don't think these stats are shocking, though, to most of you guys. A lot of you guys know this. And to the single mothers watching, you guys know what you have to go through in order to make sure your families are taken care of. So no doubt, raising a child as one is much harder than it is with two. All right. So now that was all stats, data, statistics, whatever, the boring stuff. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into what it's actually like to be with a single mother. What are the pros? What are the cons, benefits, things like that. So let's get down to what it's actually like in the dating world. Okay, so I gave 2 lists, a pros list, a cons list. You guys know how I do in traditional style. I'm going to start with the pros. And just like always, just because one list may be shorter or longer than others does not mean that is the way I'm leaning in my answer. All right, so we will start with the pros. The pros of dating a single mother. Number 1, if you can't have kids yourself, you have the opportunity to be a father figure. There are guys who unfortunately do not have the ability to procreate on their own. And it's a very sad thing. Same thing for the ladies, some ladies who can't do it too. It's very upsetting because those tend to be the people who want children the most. All right, we've all heard stories about infertility and things like that, and people being very upset, people trying to do whatever it is that they can do so they can have a family. If you're a guy and you can't have your own kids, this is an opportunity to do so. This is an opportunity for you to have your own family, especially if you found one who's a good girl and she has good kids and, things work out well. Doesn't have to be bad. Number 2, on the flip side, if you don't want kids, she will likely be okay with that. She already has kids. She might not want kids. So, hey, if you don't want them, then you're probably good there. Maybe might not be a bad idea to date one if you don't want kids. Because let's face it, a lot of women want children. If you date a young woman who doesn't have any kids and you guys get serious, there is a good chance that she will want to have a family with you. All right, number 3, mothers are naturally nurturing. Mothers have to be a lot of different things and wear a lot of caps. So mothers are naturally loving, nurturing, take care of you type of ladies. All right. You date a single mom, there's a good chance you're going to have a home cooked meal every night. You're going to have a clean house. She's going to be a good support system for you emotionally. She's going to understand and be patient with you and loving and all those things, because in order to be a good mom, you have to be all those things for your kids. And that can translate over into relationships and the person they may be dating. All right. Number 4, there is a good chance that she is independent. A lot of single mothers, all right, and I've met plenty, I know plenty, hold it down on their own. They go to work hard, they got their own places, they take care of their kids, they got their own cars. They ain't looking for handouts. There's a lot of them. Now, don't get me wrong, we're going to talk about the other side of that in a little bit, but a lot of these women hold their own. They do just fine all by themselves. You are just a compliment to her life, okay? In a lot of situations. She don't need you. She just wants you. And to have someone independent who can hold her own, hey, that's nice. You guys can come together and possibly build something even stronger if you guys are both 2 strong, independent personalities who won't be relying on each other to make sure each other is holding it up. All right, so that's a good thing. Number 5, they are patient and understanding. Single mothers deal with a lot. kids do a lot of crazy things. All right. And so over the time of being a mother, they have built up a level of patience. They have learned to forgive and understand things, because when you have kids, that's just what you have to do. And a single mother may be more patient with you in certain situations than someone who doesn't have kids. Because of their experiences in life, they have learned these traits, which do make up nice characteristics in a person and can be helpful in a relationship. All right. So that is what I have for the pros. I have 5 of them for you. Now the cons, I do have 10. Okay. Now just because I have 10 and I only have 5 pros does not necessarily mean that all these cons outweigh those pros. All right. We will get down to the answer at the end. So the cons of dating a single mother. All right. Number 1, you will never be number 1. When you're dating a single mother, her kids will always come first. Her kids will always come before you. If you guys are doing something and those kids need something at that moment, she will drop you right then and there and go tend to her kids immediately. Trust that. Okay. You are not ever going to be the first person in her eyes. All right. Depending on how many kids she got is going to depend on what place you hold in her heart. All right. So just know you will always take a back seat when it comes to those children. And a lot of times can leave you with some hurt feelings. Okay. Number 2, you have no rights to her children. Those are her children. I don't care if you've been with this woman for 5 years, 10 years, whatever. If you married this woman and you call yourself a stepfather or father, whatever, if you don't adopt these kids, you don't have rights to her kids. If you guys split up, break up, divorce, whatever, she can take her kids and decide to never let you see them again. And all that time, effort, money, energy you put into loving those kids, building and bonding with those kids is out the window, and you get nothing out of it. They're not yours. You have no rights to them. Now, it's not to say that she wouldn't let you see them, or that, when the kids get older, they may not reach out to you and want to be in your life or things like that. But off rip, you hold no rights, especially if you guys are just dating. All right. Number 3. Hey, it's a good chance you're going to get canceled on quite a bit. If the single mother you were trying to date or is dating has young kids, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, she can't get a sitter. Hey, gonna have to cancel, take a rain check. It is what it is, man. Stuff comes up with kids, especially young ones. And a lot of times that means you're going to be put on the back burner or canceled on or rescheduled or something like that. And, make it annoying to you. You may not want to deal with that. Something you probably won't have to deal with as much if you're dating someone without kids. Number 4, there's a good chance she's looking for help. Now, just like I talked about in the pros, that she can be very independent, you could have the total opposite of that. She could be looking for some help, some money, somebody to help her pick the kids up, somebody to help her do this or that. It's hard being a single mom, okay? And even the most independent ones need help at some time. All right. Everyone takes help. No matter who you are, what you do, everyone gets help in the things that they do. The world doesn't go around by singular activities. Everyone helps. The single mothers, they need help. And just know, if you got money and she sees that, she may be looking at you for more than just love. That's just a possibility. Not saying that's every instance. Just like before, every chick's not going to be independent. Every chick's not going to be needy. All right. Number 5. She may not want to give you kids. If you're a single man with no kids and you decide to date a single mother, she's done this, man. She's already done this. She probably burnt out. She's probably tired. She probably don't want to start over. There's a good chance she won't want to give you kids, bro. So if you want to start your own family, this may not be the route you want to take, because she may be like, hey, man, the shop is closed. I've already done this 3 or 4 times. women don't want to be pushing out kids their whole life. I get that. So it's tough if you don't have kids and you want them and she doesn't. That could be a huge deal breaker. That could major deal breaker. So something to consider. Number 6, it will limit the things you guys can do together. If she has kids, you can't just wake up on a Thursday afternoon and say, hey, let's go here for the whole day, just me and you, and we'll come back when we come back. Nah, sorry, I gotta pick up Johnny from school. I gotta take Lily to soccer and dance. You can't have spontaneous fun like that when there's young kids around. Now, for kids a little older, maybe, but if she's got some, single-digit age kids or early double-digit age kids, it's a good chance you guys can't just up and do that. Say you got a dope new job somewhere and it was cross country and you wanted her to come with you. She can't just uproot her whole life to go with you and have this new adventure. She's got little ones to think about. They're in school. She don't want to pull them out of school. Their father's going to want to see them. She don't want to take them from their dad. So many things you're going to be limited on if you want to make a big life-changing move. So that's something to consider. Number 7, the kids may interfere with your relationship. And that can be in a magnitude of ways. The kids, they may not like you. And if they don't like you, the mom's not going to like you as much. That's going to interfere with your relationship. If the kids are young and they're very needy, that's going to cut into the time you guys have. You're trying to get it in, have a little fun. Little Johnny come knocking on the door. He did this. He's sick. He's hurt. Whatever it is. Boom. Now y'all got to stop. She got to go handle that. You guys, all kinds of decisions you want to make. You got these little things, these little children that factor into that. Okay? The kids themselves can interfere in your relationship. And there may be certain things that you can't deal with. Number 8. This one probably should have been a little bit higher. This isn't in any particular order, but this one probably should have been higher. If it was, you might have to deal with a freaking baby daddy. Guys, and that goes for women too. Baby mamas, baby daddies, they can suck. Now, I've seen some awesome co-parents where everyone gets along. The dad comes over, hangs out with the new guy. They're good friends. The mom can come through and chill and it's no problem. Everybody gets along. They call each other, help each other out when they need. That goes on sometimes. In the hood, it don't be like that. We know that. Now, I done seen white folks do this co-parenting thing so nice. And don't get me wrong, I've seen some of my folks do it nicely too. But it's fewer and far in between with us. Y'all know how black folks be getting when it comes down to the baby daddy drama. This dude, I don't want this MF around my kid. He ain't gonna be raising my kid. Yada, yada, yada. He come through talking all, oh my Lord. That would be so annoying. Wouldn't that be annoying? Man. So, that's number 8. Number 9. This is a package deal. When you choose to date, get in a relationship, whatever, with a single mom, you're not just entering in that relationship with her. You are entering it with her and all her seeds. All right? And if you can't deal with that, it's not going to work. She's not going to deal with that. She's not going to accept that. You can't just say, hey, I'm just dating you. I don't want to deal with your kids. I don't want nothing to do with your kids. You can't do that. That may work if you guys are having casual relations, but if you want anything on a deeper level, that's not going to fly with her. That is not going to fly with her. It's not. And it shouldn't. Okay? If you're going to be with somebody, you got to accept all of them. And if they have kids, that's part of them. So it is a package deal. Always. Always. Last, but absolutely and certainly not least, number 10, the kids might be bad. Or they might have some bad attitudes. Man, You know how it be. You meet a woman, her kids get on your freaking nerves. They bad, spoiled, running around, loud, giving you attitude, always pissed off when you see them. It's like, oh my God. You dealing with these little brats, especially if they got that angst. They hit them certain ages. It's like, and you try because you want to be cool, and you want her to be happy, and you want the kids to like you and everybody to feel comfortable and be cool. But sometimes them little kids is just goddamn shits. There ain't nothing you can do about it. Now, obviously, that's going to be reflective of her parenting as well, but they can really get in the way. And if you don't like her kids, it might make you not like her. All right, and that could be a deal breaker. Okay, so that's the list I got for you. So before we wrap this up and I answer the question, I just wanted to get into some of the things that's been going around the space with this single mother deals. Guys in the RP space, they say it's a bad deal. Do not do it under any circumstance. You get nothing out of it. It's a thankless job. It's not worth it. They'll tell you to, D them down, toss them to the side of the road, but don't take them seriously. Don't date them. And there's a lot of reasons they say that. And I can understand some of those reasons. And I broke down a lot of them right here in these pros and cons lists. Okay. A lot of guys who have dated single mothers that I've watched videos on, that I've talked to personally, a lot of them had great experiences with it, but a lot of them had bad experiences with it. And it all depends, okay? There's situations, all right? Because some guys demonize and villainize all single mothers and group them into one box. But I don't think it's that simple. I don't think it's that black and white. Because is this single mom a single mom? Does she have 4 kids by 4 different guys because she's just negligent and doesn't care and just lets whoever jump in her womb and do their thing? I would stay away from a woman like that. And I would advise any young man to stay away from a woman like that. Is this a single mother that was married to someone, had all her kids inside of that marriage, and for whatever reason, this didn't work out? Maybe he did something really wrong and they had to split up. Did this guy die? I don't think that woman is a low value woman. If this woman was married, had kids all by the same dude, had a family for a long time, and this guy died, she didn't ask for that. This is a high value woman. This is a woman who valued family, valued children, and did all the right things. Tragedy struck, and now she's alone and has to deal with this herself. I don't think that woman should be looked at as a bad person or looked at as an untouchable just because she happened to have kids and something happened in that marriage. Maybe the husband took a trip. And what I mean by a trip is he went on vacation to a place where he can't leave until a certain amount of time is up. If you know what I mean. He did something wrong, but this woman was true to him and she had kids by this one guy. Something maybe she didn't know about. Some Breaking Bad type stuff. I don't think this woman is wrong. She fell in love with someone. She did the right things and took the proper steps on starting a family. Things went wrong. It was a bump in the road. So I think there's levels to this single mom stuff. You got the low tier single moms who just let whoever do their thing and have kids with whoever and don't care about getting married or don't care about making sure their kid is raised in a 2-parent household, getting all the things they need. Yes, stay away from those types. But I'm not saying if you meet a woman and she has kids that you need to run away. Certain situations may be workable. All right. So I'm going to answer this question, but this is a multi-layered answer. This is not just a black and white yes or no, because I don't think that is fair. So answer of the day. Should you date single mothers? Yes and no. If you're a 22-year-old kid, no kids, you're getting your life started and you want a family of your own someday, I do not think you should date a single mom. I would not. I think you should wait and find someone you can build your own family with. If that is something you want, okay? If you're a man of means, a man that knows he wants to leave his own legacy behind, I don't think you should date a single mother, okay? If you are a man who wants kids but can't have them, and you find a nice woman with some good kids that you feel like you could be a nice staple in that life and possibly benefit them and benefit yourself, go for it. Date a single mom. Why not? I don't think there's anything wrong with that in that instance. Or you're a guy who already has kids. Bro, you can't be too picky. If you already got kids, you can't come to her and expect her not to have any. Especially if you got multiple baby moms too. That your pickiness level meter drops then. All right. So then, yeah, in that situation, date a single mom. Okay. If you're an older guy, all right, you're 45, 50, 55. You didn't already went through all this stuff in life that guys in their 20s and 30s are going through right now. You've been married, had your own kids, or, you were single a lot of your life and, now you're older, you just want somebody to settle down with, and you don't mind if she's got a couple of kids. If you're that age, her kids are probably older. You might not even have to deal with them. Go for it. There's plenty of situations where it's going to be a hard no and it can be a yes. So guys, when it comes to dating a single mom, you really need to look at her situation and your own situation and analyze them for what they are in those very specific details. Do not look at this as a black and white thing, because it is much deeper than that. All right, it's more than black and white. So that's my answer. Situational. You guys need to analyze and figure out what's best for you and whether this is the move you should make. All right, guys, I am Dom Knight. This is Knight Talks. This has been a good video. I feel like this is a nice conversation we had today, and I hope you stuck around to the end and enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit longer. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content and help me hit my goal. Really appreciate it. The social media is right here for you. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, and I'll be back on Wednesday with a reaction. Peace.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my post, the same now, I've been humble too long.